Okay, and we're back. This is the very first video of this channel. We will see how it goes. Maybe I'll keep making more videos for fun run. But as you can see by the title, this video is going to show you what are the best items for you to use. What are the best items for you to use for either quick race or cup race? So I'm going to be making a video that has to deal with arena races and clan battles. Those are, to me, those are completely different item sets. These items will get you more wins in the cup race and in the quick race. So we all want wins. We all want to level up. As you can see, I'm only Prestige 1, almost Prestige 2. I'm slowly working my way to Prestige 2. But with that being said, let's start to talk about the very, very, very first item. Hopefully this is not controversial, or at least not this part, but the item that you can see that I currently have equipped is the gun. The gun is the best starting weapon. It is the best red you have. And let me explain. Don't forget, hold up. Do not downvote the video. Hold up. Best. It is the reason why it is the best is because it always allows you to kill who is in first place. It does it quickly. It does it efficiently. If you are in first place, it allows you to shoot second place. It allows you to shoot third place. It allows you to keep third place, fourth place, second place grouped up together while you in first place just run off with it, right? I've won so many races by getting that gun at the very end and just sniping fourth place or first place out of the sky, snipe them out of the sky. So I know a lot of people like Anvil, a lot of people like Missile. Personally, my complaints for Anvil and Missile are one and the same, and that's that they are slow. Anvil, it cycles through the enemy slower, and it falls out of the sky. It falls out of the sky slower. As you can actually see, Missile is 100% slow. So many times with Missile, either I'm in second place and the missile ends up killing me and the first place person, or it's so slow that that person actually is either murdered before the missile hits, or it gives them plenty of time to actually use a bubble shield or use a balloon or something to counteract the missile. The gun is instantaneous. It's instantaneous. It cycles quick. I will say, if you're having trouble using gun because it's so fast and it cycles so fast, definitely start out on Anvil. Anvil rotates slower, so actually Anvil is definitely more limiting. And if you get it, let's say in that last box of a race, it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually execute on killing that first place guy. But it's a good starter. I would actually say, if you're not using gun, maybe use missile. But like I said, missile comes down so slow. Comes down slow. They know it's coming down, and beyond that, it can kill you. The gun cannot kill you, and that's kind of my argument against roulette as well. I do like roulette. I use roulette for a very, very, very long time. There's other videos out there saying that roulette is good. I like roulette, but the issue with roulette is, like I said, the benefit of the gun is it always allows you to shoot the person in first place. It always allows you to shoot the person in first place. That's what you want. Roulette might shoot you. It might shoot fourth place. It might shoot third place. It might shoot anybody. Yes, you get that little bit of a speed boost. But you know when you don't need a speed boost? When you're in first place because you shot the guy who's in first place instead of shooting the guy who's in third place, right? Saw blades, all the saw blades are really useful in arena. Personally, I don't really like them for the normal races because of their high likelihood of killing you. Although normal saw blade, once you get used to it, it's really, really easy to predict where it's going to go. Big saw blade, pretty easy to use, pretty easy not to kill yourself, but it's so big, it's so cumbersome, and it's really tough to kind of kill first place with that at all times, especially if first place has gotten kind of run away with the entire match. If first place has run away with the whole match, you need the gun. And we've all been in races like that where the first place guy is so far ahead. He's so far ahead. There's nothing you can do to get him unless you got the gun. Or I guess Anvil or even Missile. But like I said, Anvil and Missile come down so slow they give that person the opportunity to counter. The gun, the second you press that button, he's gone. He's sniped out of the sky. Whatever he was doing, he is gone. Okay? So that is my 110% pick for the first item. I'm going to go ahead and reselect my first item here. It is the gun. Next up, as you can kind of see, you can already kind of see what I'm going to do, what I'm going to talk about. This is how I race. Although I will give you other options as we go further along. But the bear trap is one of the starting weapons, and it is beautiful. It works. It works every time. It stops people from running. You can set up good little traps. You can put it on ledges. You can put it after treadmills. You can put it after jumps, before jumps. It's so useful. The utility of it is great, right? So to me, kind of another alternative to this, maybe you might want to use the bouncy trap. I always really like the bouncy trap, just the straight up normal bouncy trap, by the way, as well. Straight up normal bouncy trap, you can use it in a very similar way to the bear trap, and it'll shoot them backwards instead of murdering them, which that can be very useful in its own self. So to me, it kind of depends on what you're looking for, right? I personally always go for the bear trap. You can easily put in a bouncy trap here as well, right? So, honestly, and kind of my argument against the kind of multi kind of box is that sometimes the multi-box, it doesn't kill, or rather, it's not supposed to kill people, but it does not actually do what it's intended to do. So many times with the multi-box, when I hit it that and an enemy has placed it, I go flying up into the air, which gives me a benefit, or I can really slide under it or kind of maneuver around it in a way that you just cannot do with that normal box. A normal box is always going to shoot you flying straight backwards. So I would actually recommend that over the multi-box. Obviously, things like explosive and things like beehive, we all know why you shouldn't be using them. Beehive takes so long to kill. The explosive, kind of situational, but of course, who knows what situation you're going to be in. Electrocute, kind of situational too. Personally, would not recommend it. So with that, let's go on to our third slot. Our third slot, once again, a little bit controversial. I personally would either choose the bounce trap or the saw blade trap. The saw blade trap, oh my God, this thing, it's going to take you a while to get used to it, but you can put this thing in so many unique locations. You can put this thing in so many crazy locations that people have to hit it. They have to hit it. They have to run into it, and they're going to die when they run into it. It is a beautiful weapon. Like I said, it's going to take you a while to get used to where you should throw it, how you should place it on each individual map. But once you get used to it, that saw blade trap is the best secondary. Once again, or you can of course always utilize the bounce trap. Bounce trap, old staple. But personally, I like all my traps to kill. That way, when that kill challenge comes up, or when a kill kind of clan challenge comes up, I can always utilize it. Right. So oranges, bear trap, saw blade trap, 100% to use. And you can already see, the yellow I have. The yellow I have is speed burst. I hated speed burst. I never wanted to use speed burst. It was honestly the last thing I bought. I bought jumpy speed before speed burst. I bought afterburner before speed burst. Eventually, I gave in. And I bought the actual speed burst, and I ended up loving it. Just like with the saw blade before it, it takes some time for you to get used to where you should be using it, how you should be using it. Don't use it here, use it there. That takes time. It is by far the hardest of the yellows to learn. It is by far the hardest for the yellows to learn. But once you learn it, man, this thing, like the gun, so many times I'm in second place, or maybe I'm in third place. And a clutch box gives me the speed burst. Now I'm in first place. I've got so many kind of 0.03 second wins because of speed burst. It is beautiful. Rocket Dash is, of course, really good for getting you into kind of, let's say, unique locations. It's really good to getting you into maybe some secret locations. I'm not really that big of a fan of Jumpy Speed. Not really that big of a fan of Afterburner because you can always be shot before the Afterburner fully kicks in. Sticky Speed, I'd say if we're going sticky speed, maybe just use normal speed. But honestly, speed burst is where it's at. There's a reason why kind of all those diamonds and masters are using speed burst. It's because it is the best. It is simply put the best. So 100%, that's something that you need to force yourself to get used to. You may not have to use the saw blade trap, but you should be using the speed burst trap. You should be 100% using the speed burst trap. Start using it now. Get used to where you should be using it, where you should not be using it. Learn on all of the maps. You will win more races this way. Please don't race me. Please don't beat me, though. All right. The next item, the next power up that we have. This one is where I think we're going to get a little bit contentious. Personally, as you can see, I typically rock double bubble shields. Now, my reason for rocking double bubble shields is very simple. You're going to get hit a lot. The name of the game is move forward and hit and do not get hit. So the reason why I choose double bubble shields over every other kind of shieldy item, heavy shield, it slows you down. I don't want to move slow. I want to move fast. I want to be first place, not second place, right? Heavy shield is loser think, right? Oh, I'm not going to get hit by as many items, but I'm going to go slower. No. I want to go the same speed or faster in terms of fire shield and still be able to absorb damage. So the reason why I do not recommend stealth or balloon is because they're single use. The second you get hit with something, you are out of it. And I honestly would say, unless you have cheetah balloon unlocked, I don't because I'm not the prestige high enough. Unless you have speed balloon or the chrono shield, use those if you have those. I currently do not have those. As you can see, I do not have them. But if you have them, maybe consider using those. But the reason why I would actually say is to use maybe stealth over balloon is because in stealth, at least a little bit faster. You move a little bit faster. But I always love the protection that the normal shield provides. I forget how long it lasts. Let's actually go ahead and take a look and see how long it lasts. It lasts for 4 seconds. For 4 seconds. That's a very long time in this game, especially in something like Arena. That can save your bacon. That can really, really save your life. So next up, you can already see it. It is the fiery shield. The reason why the fiery shield over all the other ones, I've already articulated. I've already told you. Everything else here is single use. As you can see, The stealth is single use. One hit, you're out of your stealth. The balloon, one hit, you're out of your balloon. The heavy shield, we don't even need to talk about it. That's for babies. That's for noobs. Do not use the heavy shield. I love rolling past people with that heavy shield. Oh my God, nothing is more fun than that. Like, oh, look at this guy, this heavy shield. See you later. See you later. Third place. See you later. No, fiery shield. You're going to move faster. You're going to absorb damage. This does not need to be mentioned, right? I personally rock the double bubbles every time. Double bubbles. And if you wanted to, maybe you could throw in another speed boost, but of course, what you give up in the speed boost, you're going to lose in protection. So maybe this, to me, it's a little bit dependent, but personally, I like the added I like the added protection. I like the added protection because people are going to be aiming at you. People are going to be shooting at you. So it doesn't really matter if I've got speed on, if I just got shot out of the sky by an anvil. It doesn't matter. So double bubbles are my personal recommendation. So next up, we have the blue tier. It is I'd say a bit of a contentious tier. As you can see, I do not own Sucker Punch because I don't really think it's going to be useful for me ever. I'll probably eventually buy Face Bomb whenever I kind of unlock that in about 40 years here, whenever we get up there. So really, this chapter is going to really be all about why Lightning is better than Blizzard. The reason why Lightning is better than Blizzard is because we've all been benefited accidentally by Blizzard. How many times have you been frozen into an ice block and yet you hit a treadmill and now you're flying forward even though you're frozen? The attack that had no damage on you, right? And honestly, the more you play the game, the more you race, the more you kind of know, oh, okay, a Blizzard's coming. Let me go ahead and duck so I can slide. Let me go ahead and jump so I can go ahead and slide downhill while I'm an iceberg. Lightning, every single time, it stops movement. That is, like I said, the name of the game is to keep moving forward and hit and don't get hit. The lightning stops movement. Blizzard may stop movement, but depending upon where you're at on the map, it may actually allow you to continue moving forward. That's the opposite of what I want. I don't want you moving forward. I want you stopped. I want you lightning. I want you out of the sky. Get them out of the sky. Lightning over Blizzard every single day. Every single day. Easy choice for me. Some people swear by Blizzard. Personally, I swear by Lightning. So you could always choose Blizzard, but once again, if you Blizzard somebody and they hit a treadmill, if you Blizzard somebody and they're already going downhill, the Blizzard will not stop them. I want you to stop moving. So next up, this is the easiest one. I probably don't even need to talk about this, especially if you do not have the kind of magnet, right? Maybe lock and chain. Lock and chain actually is interesting. You know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this live. I'm gonna do it live. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and buy lock and chain. We're not gonna use it yet, but we're gonna buy it. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of points gone. That could have been so many items, but this is really easy for me. Magnet, like I've been saying this whole video, the name of the game is to keep moving forward and hit and do not get hit. What does the magnet do? It stops people from moving forward. It yanks them backwards. They cannot move forward. They are going backwards. Shrink ray, useless. Do not use it unless you have a challenge. Yeah, they're going a little bit slower, but like, I'd much rather you be going backwards. Wheel spill, very, very useful against kind of noobs and against kind of like silvers and low-level golds. By the time you're in the high-level golds, the diamonds and the masters, we all know these maps so well that the oil spill does, it affects me so little that it's like, okay, all right. Thankfully, I know this map. Thankfully, I've raced it 100,000 times. That oil spill does nothing to me. Lock and chain could potentially be clutch. It could potentially be clutch. And I will say lock and chain and maybe even the thrown magnet maybe are some other options for you if you are there and you're leveling up. Personally, the magnet is always going to be good for you. It's always going to be able to yank people back, right? Lock and chain obviously is going to stop them from being able to use their items, which, as I said, the name of the game is to hit and do not get hit. They cannot hit you if they are locked up and chained up. But I'm still always going to vote for the magnet. Boom. That's the end of this video. Are very close to it. Please like, add, subscribe. You know the deal, etc., etc. I have at least 2 more fun room videos coming up. If you guys show a lot of love, a lot of support, maybe there'll be more. Thank you for your time. I'm the guy. I'm out.